Hey guys, it's Sean Zine, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. And
Matthew Victoria, Matt's your mortgage guy.
how's how was your weekend, my good friend?
Weekend was awesome. We smoked a brisket yesterday in the smoker, and came out amazing. And we were actually hanging out with our friend John on Saturday night. And if anybody knows John DeStefano, he made tomahawks. So that's going to be our next. That's going to be our next meat venture or adventure. Is going to be getting a tomahawk and actually eating that sucker, the one with the handle on it.
That's like, how do you cook that? You got to be careful that the handle doesn't burn. Is there a certain way you put tinfoil on it? How does that all
No,
work?
you cook it, but you want it. You don't want to cook it too high. So meat, you want to cook a little slower. So like he's got a pellet smoker, and his is awesome because it's got a dial, so you just dial it. Me, I have it's called an offset smoker, so I have a smoking box. So then I have to use wood. So the different flavors of different woods have different characteristics. You've got apple, you've got cherry, you've got mesquite, you've got cedar, oak, hickory. So there's all kinds of different things. So
That's I'm all about barbecuing and grilling. I haven't been to that smoking realm yet. I enjoy that kind of food, but yeah, I mean, it takes some time, right? It's a marathon. It actually goes hand in hand with business, right? It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So it's something you got to take care of. You have to, kind of massage and make sure it keeps, running its course, right?
well, yeah, and actually, one more thing to take out of it is, in order to be able to build a good fire for smoking, it needs fuel, right? So there's two different things for fuel. One is oxygen, and one is wood. So when your mixture, when you don't have enough oxygen, it gets stifled. So it's kind of the same thing when you think about it. You have to put enough of the fuel in there, but it takes a while. Like it takes a good hour to get the wood and the flame set up properly for a smoker, because you need to chart the coals, the embers, right? So they need a little while to get hot. And it's kind of funny when you think about it. A lot of these things transcend, or come into their metaphors for what it is that we do. So if you don't have enough fuel in there, and it takes a little while. A lot of people come into this business thinking that, oh, I'm going to get rich quick. I'm going to sell, $10 million worth of real estate, when, I'm sitting there with somebody who's an agent this is his fourth year, and he did 33 transactions his third year. This year, he was on track to do 50, right? So agents think that you have to be doing this for 10, 20, 30 years to be able to do 50 transactions. That's not the case. But it's funny because he said, he's like, it just started it's like a snowball.
Yep.
It started picking up, it starts picking up speed, and it starts picking up, more to it, more mass, I guess, if you will, as you keep going. And it's interesting because a lot of people don't think that those are the cases. And one of the topics that we had is exactly this, not business versus job for him, but if I get to 30 or 40 transactions, now you're going to plateau, right? Or in the meat, in the smoking terminology, you're going to have a stall, right? So a stall is where the meat it takes a while for it to overcome that next phase, I guess, or to keep going. It's the same thing. So what is business versus job? Business means that, or job means for you. What does it mean to you?
A job is something that you are going to punch in at a certain time. You're going to punch out at a certain time. You have your breaks. There's times at a job you're not going to be always focused. You're going to be maybe playing games on your computer or on your phone instead of really being focused on making sales, because it's just a job to you. A lot of you might have that job. I've had jobs before. You go in and you just do whatever it is that you have to do for X amount of hours to get a certain amount of pay. But I enjoy building business, and business is something that the more time you put into it, the more energy you put into it, the more that you're actually cultivating for the future, it comes back even more. So your dollar per hour, if you do it right on your business, should be a heck of a lot higher than you had for a normal job.
Well, let's take this another direction too. It's like working on your business versus in your business. You know, in your business means that you're doing the things that, you know, get your transaction done, but they don't bring in more transactions, which is the dilemma, I guess, that a lot of people in our businesses have, whether it's lending or insurance or real estate. You know, like perfect example is this. Think about hiring a transaction coordinator, right? So what a transaction coordinator does is they actually coordinate the transaction. So they're taking care of scheduling, you know, or making sure title's on schedule, the attorney, the back and forth, scheduling home inspection, appraisal, things like that. Does that really make a realtor more money by handling those things? No, no, they really don't. So that takes that part of it off your plate. So now you don't have to worry about it. They handle all the paperwork. They make sure the amendatory clauses are signed. They make sure that the addendums are done. They make sure that all of that coordination between the multiple parties, because we have a ton of stuff in this business. You've got title, attorney, lender, home inspection, appraiser, you know, renegotiations on home inspections and things like that. But they can help. A transaction coordinator is anywhere between $200 to $400 or $500. So if I spend $250, and this is where a lot of people don't look at spending money on their business, they look at it as just spending on their business, not investing. So if I can now take that off my plate, that leaves me 5 hours more to go and prospect. And what does that prospecting bring in for me?
That's you. The ones that are in the business should be out there bringing business in. And then that flow of the business should be, you have to have a transaction coordinator, you have to have an assistant, you have to have a team. Like I have a team. So the flow has to be really a system in place. If you have a business, it should be treated like a business, not just, all right, let's wake up and see what happens today. You have things that you're going to do. You have those time blocks. You're going to make sure that you enjoy it. You're passionate about your job. Like I really enjoy working and helping other people because I know the more people I can help, the more money we're going to make together as a whole. And I don't mind working more hours. You actually work a lot more hours on your if you're in a business than you have a job, because a job it's only a certain amount of time, you know, and that's it. There's a ceiling on a job. There's no ceiling on a business. It's all about your how much work you put in and the focus you might have and the passion to take it to the next level.
Well, we wake up every day unemployed. So, you know, what we create or what we make is a direct result of what it is that we go out and do. Plus, on top of that, what you do today is a result of what you did 60 to 90 days ago in this industry. So there is no job because we are not, you know, realtors are not W-2. They're 1099. They're independent salespeople. So whatever you wind up making, it's like I look at it this way: I eat what I kill. So I'm a hunter. I have to go out and hunt. You know, you're a realtor. You should be doing the same thing. You should be hunting. The more people you talk to, the more potential you have for closing business and helping somebody to buy or sell a house. You know, it's not handed to you. So that's where I guess the disconnect comes in sometimes. It's not a job. You know, you're always working in one sense of the word, whether it's going out to a networking event, whether it's at a holiday barbecue, you know, you should still be having real estate conversations or at least listen. I call it active listening for an opportunity to talk to somebody, you know, about real estate, whether it's, you know, a great intro is like, oh, hey, did you grow up there? Or how long have you lived there? That's an easy opener right there.
And it could be anywhere. Like you said, a barbecue. We just had Father's Day. There was people that are out and about and using social distancing and getting out of their comfort zone just a little bit so that they can enjoy themselves. But also you're having conversations. You don't want to be salesy. You don't want to be like, hey, can I, do you have a mortgage? Hey, do you have a house I can help you sell? No, you just have a conversation and let that flow and see how it goes. I think this weekend was one of the first weekends that people can start doing open houses in New Jersey. It seemed like that's what I've noticed. I'm not sure if that was a fact, but if there was a chance to do an open house yesterday or over the weekend, because it doesn't have to just be on Sunday. Why does it have to be on Sunday? It could be any day. It's how you market each of those open houses. Why not start doing them? And if you have no business, don't just sit there all day and play on your phone that people will do. go and actually go knock on doors beforehand, make some calls while you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, maybe do a couple live videos, video in general, make time while you're sitting there, still prospecting no matter what.
Well, here's a great one. If you've done open houses before in the past, whatever happened to those people? Go back into your open house lists from before and just send out, you can do a quick video. Hey, it's Matt, just wanted to see, or hey, it's Sean, just wanted to see if you ever want to buy in a house. If you didn't, love to see how I can help you. Or a quick text, same thing. Hey, were you still thinking about buying a house? Those kinds of things are really easy to do, and yet they're overlooked because they're so simple sometimes.
It really is. It is sometimes. I mean, it's something that you just have to go above and beyond, set things up. If you're afraid to be on the phone, you're in the wrong business, because you have to make sure you treat the phone. Yeah, I spent a lot of money from Verizon for my phone bill, but this is a lifeline to make money as far as having conversations and continuing relationships, because relationships are everything today in your business. And if you're not nurturing, you're not checking in, hey, I just wanted to see what's going on, actually call people instead of just texting or emailing. And actually people are like, wow, you actually called me. Yeah, because I think you're a friend of mine. Don't you talk to your friends on the phone more often than you would if they're not your friend? If they're an acquaintance, you're going to probably text or email more, right? But I like talking to my friends on the phone because it's what I like to do. And I think it's more, you feel the passion, you feel the energy, you feel how important you are, that I actually reached out to you.
Well, it's kind of funny that you said that. So I have Verizon, and I remember having this conversation with multiple people. They said, "Oh, I'm going to go with something else because it's cheaper." And I laugh because people say, "Well, how much do you spend on your phone bill?" I said, "Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's like $170 a month or $150 a month or whatever it is." But I have Verizon because of that reason. What is a missed call worth for us, or a dropped phone call worth for us? So as running a business, I invest that into my business by having the best phone service that I can. So when you talk about job versus business, the people that just run around just doing a minimal amount of effort, they're not running a business. So for you out there that are looking to really be successful, the successful people run this like a business. They run a budget, right? Do you have a budget for your business? Do you have a marketing budget for your business? Do you have a percentage of it dedicated to reinvestment, whether it's whatever it is that you're doing, So how do you get to another level? Well, by getting rid of some of your work that somebody else can do that's cheaper. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you don't know what your hourly wage is, then you need to figure it out, right? And why should you do things that you can pay somebody 10, 11, 12, $15, or 3 or 4 as a virtual assistant to do some of those things for you and take that off your plate? That's running a business. And a lot of people don't focus on that because they don't want to spend the money, but they don't want to invest in their business.
Another thing I think that goes hand in hand with your marketing, if you're in real estate, have and spend some good money on good signs that are going to be on your properties. Don't just, oh, I'm just going to use whatever my broker gives me. Oh, I'm just going to use whatever's in the office. I mean, if I was in that case, if I started doing real estate, I want to have awesome signs, maybe your face on there, do unique things with it. I know Glenn Baker puts lights on his. He has solar lights that illuminate so you can see the sign at night. I'm giving away something he does, but he has no problem with it because he, again, lives in abundance. But I think, and it's wonderful in real estate, you have signs. I don't have insurance signs that go out that market my business. Do I have them? I put them at open houses sometimes. I put them on my property every once in a while. Do I get business from them? Not often. But in real estate, if you have 15 listings, maybe that's a lot for them. Maybe you have 5. Imagine you have 5 signs that are out there working for you. Those are billboards with our, Robert Dukansky has billboards. It's your own small billboard. Why not have your own personal brand on it? I believe it could be beneficial.
Glenn actually has other little tips, but the reason why he actually tells everybody what he does is because he knows the majority of them won't go out and do it. So that's the thing is like there's tons of things out there that you can do that people are sharing, but most people won't do it because they lack action. Right? They won't take action. So if you went and got your real estate license, it's like when I talk to people and they tell me, "Oh, I'm a part-time agent." Okay, well, what would it take for you to be a full-time agent? You know, what is it that it would take? You know, $10,000 a month. You know, is it $100,000 in gross income and allows you to go and do it? If you don't know what your number is to make the jump, then it's always just going to be a part-time job for you. So you need to make it a business, and the only way to do that is by investing. You know, investing in yourself, investing in your plan, I guess, to make this into something that's going to be sustainable for you. And the only way to do that is I don't know what everyone's numbers are, but if you can't make $10,000 a month in gross income, then it's very hard to sustain as having this as a full-time career.
Why not? Let's see if we can help some part-time agents out there. Maybe they sell a property, and I'm just going to say they made a commission of $5,000. That's a good commission. Why not use some of that, majority of that? If you have a other job, use majority of that $5,000 in buying some signs, lead generation, maybe have a website, things that you should have. So yes, you have income coming in from another job. Use this to build your real estate business and take that $5,000 and have a networking event. Have, like we just said, a couple key things that maybe you might want to start utilizing, so that it will grow. You'll build on that instead of 5,000 or 10 or 15,000 you might make in a year. Look at what can happen if you have income coming in from another source.
Well, and that goes back to having, a breakdown of what it is that you want to invest back into your business. Like, you should be taking a certain percentage of that. And everyone's percentages are different. Some people say 10%, some people say 20, 30. But if, you have a regular full-time job, then you can pretty much take the bulk of it and reinvest it back in. What does that reinvestment look like? It could be an assistant. It could be lead generation. It could be coaching. It could be new signs. It could be marketing material. It could be any of those things. But if you don't have a plan together, and you can't just do something one time and then think it's going to work, right? It's like going to the gym. You don't go to the gym one time and walk out looking the way that you want to. You have to do it 3 to 4 times a week on a regular and consistent basis. So your business is the same way. So if you're going to do something, you need to have a time frame of what you're going to allocate to do it or resign to doing it. I'm going to do this for 6 months. After 6 months, now, by the way, most people don't track their numbers. So if you don't track your numbers, then none of it matters anyway. So if you do something for 6 months, so let's say you take $250 and you throw it into Zillow or Leads or whatever. Now, after that 6 months, you need to know how many leads came in, how many leads you closed, how many leads you took out on an appointment, and then what that cost per lead is. That's running a business. Knowing your numbers, and anybody will tell that to you. Know your numbers.
Having a database. I know there's agents that don't even have a database. Like you have to have a record of every contact that you have, every conversation you have. I was talking to my father who came home and he was a car salesman, and he was saying when he was selling cars, that if you left that dealership and you didn't get somebody's phone number, their name, phone number, and email, you probably were going to get fired, because that's ridiculous how you can have somebody come in buying a car, and you're not going to get to know who they are, not going to get their phone number, not get their email. And that's something you should be doing on every phone call you have, every up call you have, every sign call. Find out who are they, their phone number, email, before you even get into the conversation. And then, hey, how did you, get my phone number? Find out where your sources are working and not working, so you can grow those that are working better for you.
Yeah, you said CRM. These are all. What's up, Ruel?
Ruel.
Chris Tarter jumped on. Chris is an example of a successful agent. This is what he does. He'll talk about that this is a business for him. A job is something you go to, you do, you punch in, you punch out. You've got duties, and you're working for somebody else. So if you're an administrative assistant for a real estate team, then you have a job. If you are a realtor on that team, then you should have a business. And if you don't have a business plan, if you don't have a layout of what it looks like, what is your number that you need to go and do this on a regular full-time basis, then you're not going to be successful. And it's not hard to do, because I've talked to countless numbers of people, and so have you, that are successful. And they're not extraordinary people in the sense that they're different than anybody else. They've just done the things they needed to do to make that a successful business.
Another thing that someone can utilize this income that they made on the part-time basis. If we talk about the part-timers, why not on every listing spend $300 to $500 on a good videographer and photographer? Do a good video of the property, do some drone work, do some photographs. That's what helps you sell property, because you have a tangible thing you can look at. And people say, oh, I don't spend money on my listings. I'm like, well, that's a problem.
That's what's making you money.
It's what is going to help you make money. It's marketing. So I'm going to use my phone to take the pictures, and I'm the best photographer. No, get somebody that's a professional. And I know excellent one. You have to make sure you have these connections so it helps you with your business. You should have that, awesome video entrance. You can have the music. Why would you want to take extra time? These are specialists that know what they're doing, will create and make it amazing. And why not use that as a tool?
Well, not only that, you can run a virtual open house. You can run an ad for it, generating leads. There's so many different things if you are willing to make an investment into your business. And these are some of the things that you and I talk to people about, trying to help them with. But there's tons out there. You just have to figure out what it is that you want to do, make a business plan, have an allocation to everything, because everybody wants to do, the old expression, if it's free, it's for me.
Yeah.
Well, I say you get what you pay for.
Yep.
So there is a difference. And if you look at agents that are selling houses quickly, like Glenn's a perfect example. He's doing quality pictures and videos of all of his listings. Why? Because he knows what sells. That's all that it is just doing those kinds of things. If you're going to be handling buyer leads, well, then you know what? Put something together, a campaign together to go after your buyer leads, whether it's a little quick intro video text or text message campaign, or, you get an automated CRM system like LionDesk or something like that. LionDesk is cheap. LionDesk is like $250, $300 a year or something like that. That's investing in your business.
Even what we're doing right now is part of building a business. People say, well, you're taking some time out of your day. Yes, my phone, I have some deals that are coming in right now. Same with you. But this is the time that you're able to drop value so that you can help others down the road. We're worried about things that are 60 and 90 days from now. Yes, I have lots of business coming in. I'm very happy for it and very fortunate. And I continue to grow that. But this is stuff here that we want to make sure that we can help educate. Because, hey, if you're a part-timer, we can get you more transactions and you go full-time. Who are you going to remember to use for business? It's so simple. But some of you just don't want to take it to that next level, and you treat it as a job. Oh, I hate doing open houses. I hate making phone calls. I hate doing videos. I hate doing these trainings. Why would you not like? I love learning things, and sharing that, with other people is so much beneficial to me, I think, because it reinstills it that you know what the hell you learned, instead of just, I watched some webinar the other day, or I watched the video. What did you learn? I have no idea. You just wasted a freaking hour of your time. That's not helping your business. Learn something. We would love this if you pick something from what we talked about just from today and use it for a couple weeks, for 6 months, and then tell us what happened to your business. I know if you did it for 6 months, your business is going to explode. You know, why do we know exactly how much you're going to make? I have no idea because we don't know how much of an action taker you really are. But I know I can help motivate. We can help motivate you to get to the next level.
Well, the action takers are the ones that are getting the business. So let's just talk about this real quick, right? So somebody said to me, "Oh my God, how is anybody doing mortgages, right? Because the unemployment rate is at 15%." Okay, I said, so that means that 15 out of 100 people aren't working. Okay, so that also means that 85 out of 100 are. Focus on the 85. Focus on the action. Focus on doing something. If you would have did something 90 days ago and started on it, you'd have a deal already. That's the way that it goes, you know? So I know like March and April were a little rough for people, but if you had kept in on March and April on your prospecting and following up on your leads, come May and June, you'd have contracts. One of my agents, he wound up Memorial Day weekend, 4 contracts, 4 houses under contract on Memorial Day weekend. But of course, nobody's buying houses right now because of the unemployment rate, right?
That's just showing the ones we just went through a period of time. I hope to God it never happens again. But the ones that busted their ass in those last 2.5, 3 months are going to be way out in front. You're just like that horse race with the Belmont, the one that won by 15 lengths. That's where you're going to be if you were one that was working the last 2.5, 3 months compared to the ones that, oh, woe is me. Oh, the unemployment rate is so high. Oh, there's nothing going on in business. It's just a change of your mindset we've talked about in the past and treating it as a business, getting up every single day, making your phone calls. If you're not healthy, getting healthy, work on your fitness so you have more energy to make your phone calls so you can get stuff done. But it's just something that you have to flip a switch and change the way you want to have your focus. Is it a job? Is it a business? You have to make that decision. We treat ours as a business. But a lot of people that we talk to, it's just a job. It's just something to do.
Here's an easy one just to tag off of some of the other things is go into your local group for your town, right? So let's say you live in Edison, right? And then do a weekly update on the Edison housing market, or pick a business to go and do an update on them and put it into your town group. That's free, costs you zero. All you got to do is make a video and go and do it. Is it going to generate something for you right now? No, it's not. Will it generate something for you 60 to 90 days down the road? Quite possibly. That's why you do it. Also to get out there, because then maybe somebody says, oh, you know what? I was thinking about buying a house, or selling my house. Maybe I need to talk to somebody. I'll talk to this person. So it takes time. It's like, farming. You plant the seed, you have to water it. After a while, you will get something that grows. All you have to do is feed it.
I had to bring the dog to the vet. I haven't been to the vet in a while, and I actually didn't do this, and I'm thinking about I should have done it. And I am all about video, but I wasn't wearing anything that was going to be nice to have on. If I'm going to interview somebody in person, I at least want to have a nice shirt on. Didn't have a nice shirt on. So I'm going to do a post and recommend this vet that's in town. But I might go back and talk to the vet. Hey, can I interview you? Can I put you out to my community? Because you're doing a service for your community. If you have a local restaurant that you've been to, did you ask for the owner to come out or the manager? Maybe have them talk about their establishment and what they're going through, and maybe what their specials they might have. And hey, we would love to see you. Yeah, we have the tents up, we have the chairs outside. We want to have as many people as possible. You're helping others grow. And if they're that owner of that establishment hears a conversation while they're walking around, real estate, buying, selling, who are they going to call? They're going to call. They're going to probably give your name if you have that conversation and that relationship with that owner.
Exactly. But, it's getting out of your comfort zone. It's kind of funny how we start off one way and we wind up back at some of the same places again.
Yeah.
And the place that we're going to wind up back up at again is getting out of your comfort zone and taking action. Adriana checked in with us. I know Chris was on with us before. So, listen, if there's somebody that you tag somebody that can use this, hit the like button, hit the love button, share this. We're doing this every Monday to try and help out with some of the topics that we've seen, plus with the things that we've talked to people about. Because Sean, you've talked to dozens and dozens of agents and had some people on here that were very successful, as with me. And we've extracted some of these things so we can talk about them and we can share them. Always look to be growing. Did you freeze up there? I think you did, so I'll just keep talking. So, the success is out there. Learn from the people that have done it. They're not special people. They're not Superman. They're not a superhuman person that's out there. They're just people. So feed off of what they do. Watch what they do. Pick something that they did and just model it and just follow it. And then just keep going. Because consistency is the key with all of this. Because if you only do it one time, you've got a 50-50 shot of it working. So if it doesn't work, you're not going to do it again. Sales is made between the 5th and the 12th contact. 80% of sales is made between the 5th and the 12th contact. So you have to keep contacting. You have to keep going. And going and going. Oh, you're back again there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to share, and I have them not responding. I should have probably had this set up beforehand. But
I just kept talking.
That was good. You talked about the group?
Not yet. I was just talking about finding something that modeling after people, doing something, because if you only do it one time, you have the 50-50 shot of it working or not working. And if it doesn't work, then you're going to get frustrated. And I also said that 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. So you just have to keep going and going and going and going.
So true. I mean, you have to make sure you continue. And I'm having some difficulty. I wanted to share the group so that those that are not involved with it can get involved. But having some technical difficulties. As I hit one button, I was like, oh, man, it just shut me off. But I want to just to start wrapping up. I do insurance all over the country, home, auto, flood. I'm doing a lot of small business. If you have a lot of small business owners, general liability, workers' comp, and commercial auto, and life insurance. If you're buying property, you need life insurance, guys. If you're married and you have, you want to leave a legacy, it's so important. And Matt, you want to do a little selfless promotion?
Well, I'm here to help. I have a lot of great ideas for people, and obviously, if you need financing or if you have somebody that's pre-approved or wants to get pre-approved, like don't take them out looking at houses without knowing what their budget is, and not just their top budget, but also their monthly budget, because that's just as important. It's like when you go to buy a car, I could care less if the car is 24, 25, 28, 29. It doesn't matter to me. I care about, hey, what's my minimum? What's my monthly payment? And what are my options in the car? So it's the same thing. So I find a lot of lenders don't actually go over the monthly payment to help get them to a number that they're comfortable with. So if you guys need anything, we're licensed in all 50 states. We can do loans anywhere. VA, conventional, USDA, FHA, 203K, whatever it is, we can help you guys out. So not just doing good loans, but also helping you guys build your businesses.
We just hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. If you need anything, please reach out to us.
Go out, do something to work on your business, and see what it gets for you.
Have an awesome day, guys.
Later.
Close program.
I think Sean froze up again. So let's just keep talking. Go out and market. Go out and lead generate. Go out and prospect. Run your business like a business. And Sean keeps freezing up. He obviously is not running his business like a business right now, which he usually does.